Hey guys, welcome back. So in the last video, we saw how to create a double linked list. Hope the concept was clear. Now in this video, let's try to understand how to insert a new node in a double linked list. So similar to a single linked list, in case of double linked list also, we have three cases. That is, insert a new node at start of a linked list, insert at end of the list, or insert at any other place apart from first and last. So let's start with the first case, which is insertion at start of the linked list. So the first step in inserting a new node is we create a blank node. Let's say this is located at address 444. Now what we do is first we insert some value in it. Let's say we want to insert 15 in it. Now the next thing to be done is the previous reference needs to be null. Why is that? That is because this is the first node and there is no other node prior to this node. So it needs to be null. The next thing what we do is we link this new node with node 1. So how do we do that? We store the address of node 1 in this new node. So we put 001. Once this is done, the next step is in node 1, the previous reference we have to update because node 1 now needs to point to the previous node. So we put 444 over here. Now there are two more steps that needs to be done. That is, we need to update head. So head needs to be pointing to this new node. So we put 444 in the head. So with this we see that head is now pointing to the new node and new node is pointing to node 1. And node 1 of course is pointing back to the previous node. So with that we have successfully inserted a new node in a double linked list at the start of a list. Now let's see the next case, which is insertion of a node at the end of a linked list. Now to insert a new node, first we have to create a blank node. So let's say node 5 is the blank node that we want to insert after node 4. So the address of node 5 is, let's say, 555. So first thing that we do is we insert the desired value in this node. Let's say we want to insert 50. Now the next step is we have to insert a null in the next reference because node 5 is the last node in this list. The next step is we have to update the previous reference of node 5 so that a connection can be made between node 5 and node 4. So we insert 333 here. Now the next thing that we do is we need a connection between node 4 and node 5. So we insert, instead of null, 555 here. Now the last step is we have to update the tel reference because tel ideally references always to the last node in the list, and the last node right now is node 5. So we need to destroy this link and create a new link between tel and node 5. So we update tel with 555. So this is how we successfully inserted a new node at the end of a list. So now that we have understood how to insert a new node at start and end of a list, now let's see if we want to insert a new node apart from start and last, how do we do that? Let's see that now. So let's say we want to insert a new node in between 2 and 3. So how do we do that? So let's say this is the blank node called node 5 located at address 555 and we want to store this node in between node 2 and 3. So let's see how we can do that. So first of all we insert the desired value in the node, which is 25 in this case. The next step is we want an address of node 2. So how do we do that? We start with the first node and keep traversing towards right till we reach the location where we want to insert the node. So we reach at node 2. Now once we reach node 2, we create a temporary reference variable, let's say TMP. and store the address of node 2 in it. Now all that we have to do is we have to link node 2 and node 5. So how do we do that? We go to the previous of node 5 and insert the address of node 2. So we insert 111 here. So this will create a link between node 5 and node 2. Similarly, we have to link node 5 and node 3. So how do we do that? We say temporary dot next, which is 222. We store it in node 5. So we put 222. Now 222 is the address of node 3. Hence we get a connection between node 5 and node 3. Now all that we have to do is we have to create a reverse link between node 2 and 5 and node 3 and 5. So how do we do that? We have to update the next variable of node 2, which was initially pointing to node 3 at address 222. We will update it and put 555 here. So this will destroy the link between 2 and 3 and it will establish a new link between node 2 and node 5. Now once this is done, the last step is we have to create a link between node 3 and node 5. So how do we do that? We update the previous reference of node 3, which was pointing to node 2, and we have to change it to node 5. So we update 555 here. Once you put 555 here, a link gets created between node 3 and node 5. So we see that the idea was very simple. First of all, we created a blank node called node 5, inserted a value in it. Then we created a loop starting from first till the location where we want to insert the node, which is 2 in this case. Then we created a link between node 5 and node 2 and node 5 and node 3. Once the link was established, we have to create a reverse link between node 2 and 5, 3 and 5. So we updated the next of node 2 and previous of node 3. So this is how we successfully inserted a new node in between two nodes. So I hope you have understood how to insert the new node in a double linked list. Now in the next video, let's see how does the algorithm of these three cases looks like. Thanks for your time. See you in the next video.